Are you suffering from a dis-ease? Are you stuck in a pattern of feeling resentful, guilt, even criticized? What if I told you you could release dis-ease by releasing those feelings of resentment, guilt, and criticism? Hello, everybody. My name is Nicole, and I help women by adding holistic and alternative modalities to their wellness routine. Today, I wanted to show you the works of Louise Hay. This particular book, You Can Heal Your Life, is honestly a game changer to me. I feel that although I've only just getting into this book, I have implemented a lot of the things that Louise Hay talks about in here by learning them through other teachers who have probably learned them from her. She was kind of a pioneer into a lot of the thoughts she had behind this book. I am going to be reading from note cards because I find it particularly challenging to stay on topic. Plus that I am using her book as reference, and so these are not my materials, they're hers, but I will be adding a little bit of information that I've learned along the way to add to the experience. Some of Louise Hay's philosophies are that, number one, we are each responsible for all our experiences. Number two, the point of power is always in the present moment. Like the power is always now. The power is always now to create what you want to create. The power is now to reclaim your life. The power is now to get up and go enjoy the outdoors. The power of now is to start your own business. The power of now is to reclaim your health. Number three, everyone suffers from self-hatred and guilt. I think we can honestly all say we all have some level of guilt or self-hatred for things that we may or may not have done so far in our lives, or for any other reason. Number four, Louise Hay, in her work with people, the bottom line is that they did not feel good enough. Five, we create every so-called illness inside our bodies. We do. We create it. We create it by harboring old thoughts and patterns and beliefs. We do. Resentment, criticism, and guilt are the most damaging patterns. 7, we must release the past and forgive everyone. That is hard. It is hard to forget the past. It is hard to forgive people who you feel have wronged you. It just is. But if we don't forgive, if we don't let go, then we will be stuck in these patterns of dis-ease. We must be willing to begin to learn to love ourselves. Again, another hard one to do. It is hard to love ourselves. It is hard to self-accept our flaws, our body, our image, especially now with everything we see online. It is so hard to just accept and love ourselves. But that's where healing starts. It starts with that self-acceptance. It starts with releasing these fears. It is inner work. It all starts with inner work. 9, self-approval and self-acceptance in the now are the keys to positive change. Just like I said before. When we really love ourselves, everything in our life works. I mean, that makes sense if you think about it. When we love ourselves, we go out and we exercise or get up and move. When we love ourselves, we put healthy things in our bodies. When we love ourselves, we don't put added substances into our body that we don't need. When we start to love ourselves, we let other people allow to love us back. It's easier for other people to love us when we love ourselves. I'm going to give you one exercise from Louise Hay's book. It's in the first and second chapter. I think the second chapter. But what she does is she would sit down with her clients and she'd go through this list. And she'd start by saying, write down 5 things that you should do. So, I should blank. Okay? I should go back to school. I should take this course. I should clean my house. I should attend Mary's party. Okay? So I encourage you to get a pen and piece of paper and write down 5 or 6 things, however many you can come up with, that you want, that you should do. What are those things that you should do? Now I want you to ask yourself, why should I do each of these things? Why should I? Why should I? Speaking of, have you guys heard of the saying, I should all over myself, which I find super funny and ironic, being that this is mainly about digestive diseases, because that's where I focus my channel on. Although this book and all this can be used for any circumstance, any disease in your life, any disease. But I just find it funny because shoulding all over yourself, get it? Haha. Little side note. Okay. So now, why should I do each of those things? Okay. What are your answers? That's the big thing. What are your answers? Are your answers something along the lines of, well, I should do those things because my parents told me to do so. I should do those things because society just expects me to do those things. I should do those things because that's what my neighbors do. I should do those things because that's the socially acceptable thing to do. I should do those things because that's the way it's always been done in our family. It's always been done this way. So I should do it. I should do it this way. I should do it because I'm too skinny. I should do it because I'm too fat. I should do it because I'm too thin, or I'm too tall, or I'm too short. Now, take each of those things from that list and replace your shoulds with I could. I could go back to school. I could go earn another degree. I could go to Mary's party. I could do that because society expects me to. I could clean my house. I could do all these things. Okay? So, now by doing this, you're creating a choice from should, because that makes it sound like you have to. If you change it to could, it's a choice now. I could go do that. I really could. I could. Okay. So now take everything from that should list and say, if I really wanted to, I could. Oops, my bad. If I really wanted to, I could go to Mary's party. If I really wanted to, I could go back to school. If I really wanted to, I could take that course. So now the question is, if you really could, why haven't you? Why haven't you done those things? Why haven't you went to Mary's party? Why haven't you went back to school? Why haven't you been cleaning your home? Maybe because it's something you never really wanted to do in the first place. Maybe it's because somebody else told you you had to. Maybe your parents, society, whoever. Maybe somebody else just decided for you, and that's the way it's always been done. And so that's the way you feel that you have to do it. Maybe it's because you were told that you should do it. Have you been too hard on yourself for not doing these things? Have you been criticized by others for not doing these things? What could you drop from your should list so that you can also drop resentment, fear, criticism, guilt. What could you drop? I also invite you to check out this book by Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. I believe it's a very powerful book. I believe it will help you a lot in your wellness journey, no matter what wellness journey you're on and where you're at. I invite you also to really start releasing those feelings so that you can start to release the dis-ease in your body.